Carol and Richard carefully place the last wall mirror into their bedroom cupboard. They cover them up with bed sheets and position them safely behind the shoe racks. "That's the last of them?" Richard asks, putting a shoe rack back into place. "I think so," Carol says, ticking them off on her fingers. "I really hope this doesn't last long." Lucy sits on her bed with her legs pulled up to her chest and her head resting on her knees. Her emotional well is dried out, and now all she can do is think by herself. All she can do is sit and listen to hear if her mean parents are going to come into her room and tell her she could have Colin back if she promises to be good. She would promise to be good. She would have to be sure to tell Colin he had to be good too. Of course Colin would be good, because he wasn't bad. He was just naughty and wanted to play. Lucy raises her head because she does hear something, and it isn't her parents. She hears a quiet voice coming from a corner in her cupboard. She leaps off her bed and starts to rummage through her playthings, tossing aside dolls, Legos, dress-up clothes, books, and games, until she comes across a little bag. She opens it to find nail polish, nail stickers, and a little pink plastic compact with a jewel on it. Lucy strokes the item as if it is a small pet because she hears her name again. She opens up the Powder Puff Kids compact. What she sees inside makes her face light up. "I knew it," she says to the little mirror. "I knew you weren't gone." Downstairs, Carol and Richard hang their heads over their glasses of wine. They take sips each time they want to talk, like it is making the conversation easier for them. "Are you sure about this?" Richard says. "Well, what other options do we have? It's become a serious problem, and most people I've talked to about it agree with me," answers Carol. "What if we don't like what this doctor has to say?" Carol smiles weakly. "Then we look elsewhere." Richard takes a gulp. "Fine. If we don't do something now, she could get herself or someone hurt and keep blaming this imaginary friend, possibly developing some major mental health issues. I've seen it. I don't know how we can just make this go away." "It's got to go away," Richard says. "It's got to be just a phase. It probably is something that is common with an only child. Once Lucy gets used to being in the big school, she'll make real friends and then forget about all this nonsense."